Chosen one, hidden power in plain sight. Use it today. That phrase alone should send a current through your spirit because what you've been searching for, praying for, and doping would arrive from outside you has actually been sitting in front of you the entire time. It has been hidden not because it was invisible, but because it was disguised by the ordinary, by your daily rhythm, and by the noise of a world that has trained you to look everywhere but within. But now, right now, your eyes are being adjusted to see again. What was hidden is about to be activated. What seemed plain is about to glow with divine brilliance. You have been chosen to carry a power that was never meant to remain silent.
And
This is the moment to step into it boldly. This is the moment to use it. Before we go any deeper, I want you to pause this video if you need to and prepare yourself. Because what you're about to hear isn't just motivational. This is divine activation. Watch this video until the end, chosen one, and allow the message to soak through your soul. And write in the comments below your warmest, most powerful wish. Declare it to the universe. And finish your comment with the number 99. That's our signal to heaven that we are aligned in purpose. We're energizing the atmosphere together. Wishes do come true when they are backed by divine timing and fearless intention. Now, chosen one. Like this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And let's begin. If you were meant to be ordinary, life wouldn't have tested you the way it did. You would have been allowed to remain in the background. You would have been permitted to settle into a pattern that required no awakening. But the reason you felt discomfort, restlessness, and at times spiritual frustration is because your power is real. And not only is it real, but it has been ready. What has been hidden in plain sight is the fact that everything you need has already been assigned to you. Your talents, your spiritual gifts, your insight, your ability to shift atmospheres, inspire hearts, create paths, and lead nations. The world may call it charisma, some may call it intuition, but you and I both know what it really is. It's divine energy coded into your being. This power has been buried under false humility, under generational sins, under cultural conditioning that told you to tone it down, to be less, to follow rather than led. But your spirit has never been fooled. You've always known deep down that something was different about you. You've always had an unspoken awareness that your life would defy the ordinary blueprint. Even when you couldn't explain it, you felt it. That is the hidden power that's been speaking to you in whispers. And now it is shouting. It is shouting because the world is finally in a state where your presence is not just needed, it is urgent. The Deliseo faced were not denials. They were divine recalibrations to align your power with this exact season. And now that the veil has lifted, you're being asked to move. Not tomorrow, not next month, but today. The power that has been waiting in plain sight must be used now. The truth is, chosen one, this power doesn't look how people expect. It isn't loud or arrogant. It's not about fame or applause. It's about frequency. It's about alignment. It's about the fact that when you walk into a room, the entire atmosphere shifts and people can't even explain why. It's the clarity you bring to confusion. The healing you offer without needing credentials. The way your words pierce the hearts of people you barely know. That is power. That is divinity manifesting without performance. And you've had it the entire time. You've been operating at 40% without even realizing it because the other 60% has been waiting for your full acceptance of who you really are. No more hiding. No more pretending you don't feel the pull. No more shrinking into spaces too small for your soul. That time has come to walk boldly. To say yes without needing applause. To show up as who you truly are. Powerful, radiant, undeniable. Some of you have been praying for confirmation, for a sign. This message is your confirmation. This is your sign. You have waited long enough. You've questioned yourself too often. And you've underestimated the very power that God placed inside of you, but no more. From this point on, your awareness is changing. Your posture is shifting. And your power is rising. This hidden power is connected to your voice. Your words are not just speech, they are spirit. They carry weight in the invisible. They vibrate in frequencies that affect the spiritual realm. That's why silence has been your most painful battle. That's why discouragement tried to chain your mouth shut. Because when you speak in alignment with who you are, mountains move. You awaken sleeping hearts. You attract divine resources. So speak not carelessly, but intentionally. Your voice is not casual. It is your sword. Use it. This power is also in your presence. Your energy precedes you. People feel you before they see you. You're not like everyone else, and you never were supposed to be. You are a walking answer, a walking prophecy fulfilled. You carry solutions to problems that others haven't even identified yet. So, if you've ever wondered why you attract resistance, now you know. Darkness always resists what it cannot control, but it cannot stop what has already been chosen. You've gone unnoticed by many, but not by heaven. The spotlight you've been waiting for wasn't delayed, it was being adjusted. Because when it turns toward you, everything will happen quickly. And the reason you needed to recognize your power first is because once the elevation happens, you won't have time to question your identity. Sano is your training ground. This is the hour where your spirit says, I remember who I am. Let's be honest, chosen one, some of the things you've called struggles were really spiritual initiations. You thought you were losing, but you were being introduced to your real power. Pain awakened your perception. Rejection purified your vision. Loneliness taught you how to hear from within. Everything has been preparation. Every silence, every storm, every delay, every attack, they were all used to build the spiritual stamina needed to hold the magnitude of your calling. It's time to start seeing everything differently. What looked like lack was actually protection. What looked like failure was redirection. And what looked like a dead end was a detour to the exact divine coordinates where you were meant to awaken. You didn't miss it. You were right on schedule. The reason it didn't make sense before is because the power was still dormant. But today, something is changing. There's a light beginning to glow in the places you thought were buried. A spark is starting to ignite in the area you gave up on. Chosen one, your hidden power is not hiding anymore. And the world will see what heaven already crowned. You don't need permission. You were already appointed. You don't need to prove anything. You are already qualified by your very existence. Use what's in your hand, what's in your heart, what's in your soul. Because your greatest impact won't come from something new. It will come from finally recognizing what you already possess. The gift isn't coming from the outside in. It's being activated from the inside out. You've heard the call now. The veil is lifting. The fire is stirring, and the illusions are crumbling. Chosen one, you've been walking with power you didn't even know how to interpret until now. This power wasn't just placed in you to make your life easier. It was embedded in your soul to bring others to life. You've been commissioned, not simply blessed. You've been called, not just comforted. You are the lighthouse in a generation that's been searching in darkness. And now it's time to shine without apology. This is where many stop when they realize that their power isn't just a blessing, but also a responsibility, but not you. You were never meant to be paralyzed by your greatness. You were designed to channel it, to master it, to walk in it daily. You don't have to feel ready to be ready. You are ready because you've been chosen. And what you do from this point forward will shape more than just your life. It will ripple into generations that follow. Let's go deeper now. What has been hidden in plain sight isn't just your spiritual power, but your divine authority. These are not the same. Power is ability. Authority is permission. You have both. You've had the ability to change atmospheres, the sensitivity to perceive danger before it comes, the ability to sense shifts in people's energy, the gift to heal others without ever touching them. But now you are being granted the authority to use these gifts with clarity and confidence. You are no longer in the preparation phase. You are in the activation phase. But remember, chosen one, authority without obedience leads to destruction. You must stay aligned. You must stay tuned to the frequency of heaven because your instructions won't always come from logic. They'll come from spirit. This means the more time you spend listening within, the more clearly you'll hear what to do next. And when that instruction comes, obey quickly. The window of divine action does not remain open forever. You've waited long enough. Now heaven is waiting on you. There is a sacred reason why your gifts were hidden. Because if they had been revealed too early, the wrong hands would have tried to control them. If you had walked in this power before your heart was healed, ego would have distorted the message. So everything was timed precisely, purposefully, perfectly. And now that your character has caught up to your calling, the release is happening. You're not just accessing power. You're being trusted with it. This is why you've been through so many trials. Because your power is not for show, it's not for spectacle, it's for impact. And the kind of impact you are being assigned to bring requires resilience, discernment, and spiritual maturity. You're not here to impress, you're here to awaken. And that means you must keep your heart pure, your vision sharp, and your posture humble. Let's speak plainly now. The enemy tried to bury you under shame, doubt, fear, insecurity, and confusion. But none of it worked. You're still here. You're still rising. And most importantly, you're still chosen. The fact that you're listening to this right now means you've survived every lie sent to keep you unaware of your own power. And now your clarity is returning like a flood. Your awareness is expanding. Your frequency is rising. The divine spotlight is warming your soul. And it's time to take center stage. Not for performance, but for purpose. You see, chosen one, power is not a feeling. Power is a truth. And when you agree with that truth, it begins to move through you like a current. It begins to transform how you speak, how you walk, how you love, how you decide. You begin to carry yourself like someone who is already victorious because you are. The battles were never about defeating you. They were about distracting you. Because if you ever realized who you are, it would be over for everything that tried to block your destiny. Let's talk about how this power is meant to be used today. It's in your decision. When you walk in divine awareness, your yes becomes strategic and your no becomes sacred. You no longer entertain what drains you. You didn't chase after what doesn't align. You don't ask for seats at tables you were meant to build. You begin to operate with wisdom beyond your years. And you realize that time is not to be wasted, it's to be used for impact. It's in your relationships. Your presence is meant to lift others. Your power exposes deception and awakens truth.
That's
why some people were uncomfortable around you. They weren't ready to be seen. Your hidden power is the kind that makes others confront what they've been ignoring. And that is sacred work. That is holy ground. It's in your creativity. Your ideas are not random. Your visions are not imagination. They are spiritual downloads. Divine assignments wrapped in thought. When you feel inspired, that is heaven knocking. When you feel stirred to create, to design, to speak, to write, to lead, that is your soul remembering its contract with destiny. Follow it, trust it, move with it. It's in your rest. Yes, your rest, because power that is aware doesn't panic. It doesn't hustle to prove, it doesn't perform to be seen. It understands divine timing. It waits when led, moves when stirred, and trusts even when things are hidden. Chosen one. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is rest while the storm rages because you know who holds the wind. It's in your walk. Every step you take from now on is a step of command, of intention. You didn't just walk into rooms. You enter atmospheres. As a divine presence, people won't know why they feel lighter when you're near. They won't understand why they feel hopeful just being around you, but you will know, because that's your power finally being felt. And hear this clearly, you're not too late. You didn't miss it, you didn't take too long, you're right on time. Divine. Release doesn't follow the clock, it follows readiness. And now you're ready. That restlessness in your spirit is the vibration of something ancient remembering who you are. Your hidden power has been waiting for you to size fully. Not halfway, not timidly, fully. So what happens now? Now you act, you write, you speak, you show up. You stop explaining yourself tatos committed to misunderstanding you. You stop trying to be digestible to people who were never assigned to recognize you. You stop asking for permission to be who you already are. You move in purpose with power. You walk in power with peace. And when the resistance comes, and yes, it will come, don't flinch, because now you understand something they don't. That hidden power in plain sight is the most dangerous force in the world. It catches systems off guard. It disrupts cycles. It dethrones lies, and it does all of it without needing to. Shout, you are that force now. You're not here to blend in. You're here to shift the frequency of everything you touch. You're here to wake people up. You're here to carry light into the hidden cracks of the world and say, here, I have something for you, and it was in me all along. So use it today. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for applause. Use what's already in your hands. Use what's been burning in your soul. Use what heaven placed inside of you before you ever took your first breath. The time for hiding is over. Hiding is. There comes a moment in every chosen one's journey when the line is drawn, not around them, but within them. That moment is not announced with fireworks or flashing signs. It's subtle. It happens when you finally stop searching outward for what has always lived within. It's the quiet revolution of the spirit. And right now, chosen one, you are standing in that moment. You are not becoming powerful. You are finally recognizing that you already are. This power is not about domination. It's not about controlling others. It's not about forcing anything into being. It's about resonance. The moment your inner reality aligns with the divine truth of your identity, the external world must shift to match it. That's how powerful you are. Your awareness commands the material world. And for far too long that power has sat silently in the corners of your life, unnoticed, uninvited, unclaimed. But now you are choosing to walk in it. Every time you felt small, it wasn't because you were. It was because the world around you couldn't house your full frequency. You tried to fit into structures that were never built for your energy. You tried to speak softly when your words were made to roar. You tried to be agreeable when your spirit was meant to provoke. You tried to be neutral when your light was made to divide truth from lies. And every time you silenced yourself to be accepted, your hidden power grew more restless. Let me tell you something sacred. Your power didn't leave you. It waited, patiently, silently. Like a sleeping lion, waiting for the right season to rise and chosen one. That season is now. You've spent enough time surviving. Now you must live as if you've already won because spiritually you have. The battles you overcame weren't just about getting you through them. They were about revealing who you became because of them. Your scars are sacred. Your resilience is radiant. And your readiness is real. That hidden power in plain sight.
It's
not something you need to seek. It's something you must remember. It's embedded in your presence, coded into your essence, written into your spirit before time even began. And now that you've remembered it, you must protect it. Guard your energy, chosen one. Stop giving unlimited access to people who only drain. Your power is precious. It's not for everyone. Not every room deserves it. Not every conversation merits your full vibration. This doesn't make you arrogant. It makes you aware because people will pull on your power without understanding its sacredness. And it is not your job to convince them. It's your job to protect. Your field and honor your divine assignment. Let's get real about what this power looks like in action. It looks like trusting your first knowing, that gut feeling, that spiritual download, that sudden insight that comes before your mind has time to analyze it. That's your power trying to lead. That's your inner compass pointing you toward alignment. Start obeying it. Stop second-guessing what your spirit knows to be true. When you do that, you invite confusion. But when you trust your knowing, event the unknown becomes a path of purpose. Your power also shows up in the way you handle opposition. You've noticed it. People either admire you or they try to diminish you. That's because your presence acts like a mirror. It reveals truth without you having to say a word. People who are running from themselves will see you as a threat. Not because of anything you've done, but because of who you are. And your job is not to shrink to make them comfortable. Your job is to remain solid, calm, and radiant. Because your light is doing spiritual surgery just by existing. You are not here to defend yourself. You are here to define your path. Let your power speak through your consistency. Let your energy speak through your choices. Let your fruit be your voice. Because when you walk in your hidden power, you no longer seek validation. You become the evidence. And that evidence is magnetic. You've noticed lately that things are responding to you differently. People are drawn to your presence without understanding why. Doors begin to open without explanation. Ideas come faster, resources start arriving with ease. Why? Because hidden power in plain sight, once claimed, becomes a magnet. You're no longer striving. You're drawing. That's the divine shift. You're not chasing alignment. You're creating it, and it's only going to grow stronger from here. But hear this clearly, chosen one. With every new level of awareness, new forms of distraction will come. Don't be surprised when people from your past try to re-enter your space. Don't be alarmed when old patterns try to creep back in. That's not failure. That's confirmation that your frequency has changed. And when your frequency changes, everything that no longer resonates will either fall away or attempt to pull you back. Your job is to hold the line. Don't go back to what you had to heal from. Don't re-enter what you've already outgrown. You're not the same anymore. You can't unknow what you now know. You can't dim what is now shining. And you can't return to pretending you don't see what's always been there. So use it today. Use the insight that flows through you when you're silent. Use the strength that rises in you when no one is watching. Use the wisdom you earned through pain. Use the love that pours out of you even when you're wounded. Use the creativity that breaks rules. Use the words that heal. Use that presents, that restores. Use it all because that's what it was given to you for. You weren't given this power to keep it bottled up for a someday that never arrives. You weren't given these gifts to sit on the shelf until someone gives you a green light. The green light is in your soul. The clock has struck. The heavens are in agreement. Now it's your turn to move. You're not meant to be perfect. You're meant to be present. Present in your awareness. Present in your choices. Present in your power. And when you are, miracles happen. Let this be the day that you finally honor what's been waiting inside of you all along. Let this be the moment you say to yourself, I am no longer playing small. I am no longer hiding behind fear. I am no longer waiting for anyone to recognize what heaven already validated. Let this be the line in the sand. This is the unveiling. This is the awakening. This is the rise of the chosen one, who no longer whispers but speaks with certainty. Who no longer hopes for favor but walks as favored. Who no longer waits for the world to catch up but leads boldly with divine light. Your hidden power is rising. And there's no going back now. There is something unstoppable about a soul that has remembered its power, not because of arrogance, not because of pride, but because of divine clarity. Chosen one, when you know what lives inside you, you stop asking the world for permission to show up. You stop looking for external validation. You stop dancing between doubt and delay. You become anchored not in ego but in essence. And when that happens, everything around you begins to respond differently. That's what's happening now. There is a shift in the atmosphere, not just around you, but within you. You are awakening to the vibration of your own divine current. You are hearing your voix in a deeper way. You are realizing that the whispers you used to ignore were actually blueprints from the Creator. What you thought were passing thoughts were divine instructions. What you called intuition was actually spiritual technology designed to guide you through the unseen. That's why you're feeling differently now. Why certain environments feel too small. Why certain conversations feel hollow. Why the things that used to excite you don't pull you anymore. It's because your frequency has risen. And once you've accessed that frequency, you can't unknow it. You can't unsee the truth of your own spiritual power. You can't walk backwards into spiritual blindness. After you have tasted light, this is why you must be careful now. Power with its responsibility is chaos. That's why your activation came with maturity. You've earned this. You've been entrusted with it because you've proven that you will not weaponize it. You've proven that you'll Use it to lift, not dominate, to awaken, not manipulate. And that's why hidden is now being revealed. Let's go deeper into what it means to use Irode. You see, your hidden power is not meant to remain dormant until everything looks perfect. That perfection is an illusion that keeps chosen ones bound. Power is used in process, not perfection. It grows stronger in action. The moment you begin to use it, even if you don't have all the answers, even if your hands shake, even if you feel unqualified, you begin to multiply what's been placed within you. You don't need a stage to start speaking. You don't need a crowd to start influencing. You don't need wealth to start living richly. You just need willingness. You just need to say, I trust what God put inside me more than what the world hasn't yet acknowledged. This shift must begin inside. This isn't about changing your schedule. It's about changing your standard. The standard for how you show up, for what you allow, for how you honor your gifts, for how you prioritize your calling. When you raise your standard, you align with your power. Let's break this down. You use your hidden power when you refuse to tolerate what drains you. You use your hidden power when you move forward without all the answers, but with total trust. You use your hidden power when you choose purpose over popularity. You use your hidden power when you say no to what's misaligned and yes to what stretches you. You use your hidden power when you show up even when it's inconvenient. You use your hidden power when you refuse to let fear narrate your destiny. There's no special ritual required. It starts in the decision, in the daily posture of surrender and boldness, in the sacred act of trusting what you carry more than what others understand. You don't owe anyone explanation for your evolution. Let your growth speak for itself. Let your alignment make the announcement. Because hear me clearly, when you walk in alignment, things chase you. Opportunities are magnetized to you. Clarity begins to echo through every decision. You don't hustle, you harmonize. You don't beg, you attract. You don't push, you pull. That's what it means to operate in divine rhythm. And that rhythm is powered by what's been hidden in you this whole time. Many of you are waiting for the big sign, the unmistakable breakthrough, the perfect opportunity, the angel in the clouds. But what if I told you that the sign was already given? That it came the moment you couldn't ignore your own knowing anymore? That it appeared when life forced you to confront your identity? You've been marked for this, not by coincidence, but by calling. And every delay, every moment of obscurity, every internal wrestle was part of the revealing. Here's what else you must understand. Your power was never meant to mimic someone else's. Comparison is the enemy of clarity. You will never fully unlock what's in you if you keep measuring it against what's in others. Your voice is unique. Your vision is custom designed. Your way of expressing divine energy is tailored to your soul's blueprint. That's why nothing ever fully made sense when you tried to be like them. You weren't made to fit in. You were made to open eyes. The reason some doors didn't open wasn't because you weren't worthy. It's because the rooms behind them couldn't handle your presence. You were always meant to create new spaces, new sounds, new systems. You are a pioneer. And that's why the road has felt so uncharted. You are walking through a spiritual wilderness, not because you're lost, but because you're leading others through it. That's why your gift had to be hidden for a season, to keep it from being tampered with, to allow it to grow roots, to protect it from premature exposure. But now the soil has shifted. The seed has become a tree, and your branches are ready to bear fruit. And listen, when you finally use your power in plain sight, the world will notice. Not because you're trying to be noticed, but because what's authentic always radiates. People are starving for something real, for something raw, for something divine. And you, chosen one, are the embodiment of what they've been searching for, but didn't know how to ask for. You are not just another voice in the noise. You are the frequency that cuts through it. You are the calm in the chaos, the clarity in the confusion, the reminder that light still walks the earth in human form. So when the doubt creeps in, and yes it will, remember this. Doubt is the enemy's last weapon against the fully awakened soul. When you feel it, don't retreat, advance. Take the step, make the call. Launch that project. Speak the truth, share the vision, move forward. Because your movement is evidence that the light still reigns. Let this message be the push you didn't know you needed. Let this be the voice behind your courage. Let this be the fire beneath your next move. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to act on what you know. Because in that action, more will be revealed. In that trust, more will be delivered. In that obedience, more will be released. You see your hidden power today. Not when you feel perfect, not when you feel prepared. Use it now exactly as you are, exactly where you are. Because now is the only moment your power recognizes, and the longer you wait, the louder your calling will become. It's time. Chosen one. Chosen one. Bino, you can feel it. The undeniable knowing deep in your core. This isn't imagination. This isn't hype. This is divine truth resonating through your bones.